Yo, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. This your boy Jonathan, and today's today's show is gonna be about the GOAT. I know we talk about this. I know everybody talks about this for like years now. Everybody talk about this for years now. Like, who's the GOAT? Is it some old heads will say Kareem the GOAT? Some other people will say Jordan the GOAT. Me, I would say LBJ. LeBron is the GOAT. But I'm going to tell you why I feel like that. And you can probably agree with me or you can disagree with me, whatever the case may be. But the reason why I feel like LeBron is the GOAT, because he knows how to do everything, and he does everything. You ever heard of that? You ever heard of that saying? He's a jack of all trades, a master of none. Well, LeBron is a jack of all trades, and he is a master of all of them. The man can score, obviously. The man is a good rebounder. He ain't the greatest rebounder, but he's a good enough rebounder. He's a good defender when he was in his heyday. He was a great defender in his heyday. He's a person that likes to set up his teammates for open shots or open dunks. So, he gets everybody involved. He gets the rest of the four teammates in the game involved into the game. And then, if need be, he can take over. That's what I think that he is the GOAT. I know a lot of people are gonna say, well, he doesn't have the killer instinct, the killer mentality to like just go out there and do what you have to do to win the game. No, he's not wired like that. He's not wired like that to go out there and take 60 shots. He's not wired like that. He's wired in a way to get everybody involved, and then if need be, he'll take over. And I like that about him. And I wish a lot of people can stop like criticizing the man because he doesn't go out there and try to score 50 or try to score 40. But then again, people, they just don't realize greatness. You are looking at greatness. You looked at greatness for the past 20 years, and you're criticizing greatness. For the past 20 years, you criticize this man. When this man retires, who are you going to talk about then? But then come to mind, he has two young boys, the junior and Bryce James. The junior is in college right now. I know he had the little cardiac arrest weeks ago, And I wish him the best and a speedy recovery, and I hope he plays in college and does well. But he also got that middle child, Bryce, which is taller than the oldest child. I think that middle child is going to be the superstar. Because I always say this, when it's brothers or siblings, the youngest one tends to always be the best. Because the little one looks at what the older ones are doing, and he tries to emulate what the oldest ones are doing, and then he has a combination of what he can do, which in the long run makes the older one no, not the older one, I mean the youngest one, be just a little tad better. But anyway, LeBron is my GOAT, and he's gonna forever be my GOAT. And Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I will never say they're the GOAT, because I'm sticking with LeBron because he does everything. There's not one thing on the court that he cannot do. There really isn't one thing the dude cannot do. And I know y'all could talk about rings and winning and all of this, but basketball is a team sport. Basketball is not an individual sport. And if you see what LeBron has did with coaches, you will see that LeBron with coaches that are not that good, or coaches that you're not familiar with, he has a good record with those coaches. And he also has won championships or got to finals or had great records with coaches that you are like, huh? Michael Jordan has had Phil Jackson practically his whole career. I know he had Doug Collins a little bit when he was younger, but when it mattered, when he started winning, it was because of Phil Jackson. When he started going to the second rounds and the third and the championship rounds or going to finals, it was with who? Phil Jackson. Same thing with Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant had Phil Jackson for all of his championships. He didn't win a championship with other coaches. So I tell you this. If you say Jordan is better than LeBron, tell me in what way? Not with coaching. Because if LeBron had a Hall of Fame coach, if he had out of three coaches, I'm going to name 3 coaches. If he had Greg Popovich, Pat Riley, or Phil Jackson, how many championships do you think the team would have won? How many championships do you think LeBron would have won if he had a teammate like Shaq? And I'm talking about young Shaq. I ain't talking about him that old, out of shape Shaq that came to Cleveland. I'm saying if he had Shaq when Shaq was in his 20s. Or if he played with a great player, well, turned into a great player like Scottie Pippen, that was able to play both ends of the floor as well, that turned into a all-star and a superstar. You gave LeBron that. His first 6 years, he would have won at least 3 championships in his first 6 years if you gave him exactly what LeBron and what Kobe and Jordan had. LeBron wouldn't have never went to Miami. LeBron switched teams like that and tried to get this because that was the era where you had to get 2 great players and a third player had to be an all-star to win. That era, that's what happened. In that era, every team that had that won. If you notice, all of the champions that won in the 2010s, if you notice, all of them had 3 people. If you notice, every player that won in the 2000s, 2010s had 3 people. You either had to have 3 people to get there, you had to have 3 people to win. If you notice. But I bet you didn't notice. The Boston Celtics, they had 3 people. The Lakers, they had 3 people, whether you know it or not. But like, well, who the third person? Ron Artest was the third person. Ron Artest, the year before he went to the Lakers, he played in a series. He was playing for the Rockets. He played in a series against Kobe Bryant when the Houston Rockets didn't have nobody on their team because Yameen Tracy McGrady was out, and it was just him, Ron Artest. Ron Artest gave Kobe Bryant fits to the point to Kobe Bryant wanted him on his team the following year. I know that Ron Artest had to go down into had to do like a role player type shit, but that's what the third wheel of a big 3 was. It was like a modern day role player. Every third wheel on teams was a modern day role player. The Boston Celtics, Ray Allen was the third wheel. He was a modern day role player. Miami Heat, Chris Bosh, he was a modern day role player. The Oklahoma City Thunder, James Harden, he was a modern day role player. The Lakers, Ron Artest, modern day role player. I say this to this. In those eras, in that era, you couldn't win a championship without having a big 3. Okay? End the story. Thank you. God bless.